Hola muchachos, capítulo 1A, sección 1 del vocabulario número 34. Alguien. Alguien, which can translate to mean anyone, anybody, or someone or somebody, will take the third person singular form of the verb since you're talking about someone and not to them, and since there's just one person. So it will take the same form of the verb that he and she do. If you look at this example sentence, you'll notice that tiene, the verb, is in the he-she form. Alguien and tiene are flipped because it's a question, so the subject and the verb often flip in a question. ¿Tiene alguien una familia tan loca como la mía? Does anybody have a family as crazy as mine? Nadie. No one, nobody. In a negative statement in English, it can translate to mean anyone or anybody because we don't have the double negative like they have in Spanish. No conozco nadie como ella. I don't know anybody like her. Remember there, you're literally saying, no, I know nobody like her. So that's why nadie is used and not alguien. You may have noticed that there was no personal a after conozco before nadie. And the Spanish way of thinking here is you don't use a personal a because you aren't referring to a person if it's nobody, if it's no one. And now let's just take a little time out to review rules that you learned in Español Uno about negative sentences. Remember, if the negative word is after the verb, the word no must go before the verb in Spanish. So you have to have a double negative. It's not only accepted, it's correct. I don't want to say anything. Literally, you're saying, no, I want to say nothing. We're not allowed to say that in English, but in Spanish, that's correct. No quiero decir nada. Quiero is the verb. Nada is the negative word. So you have to have no before quiero. The second rule for negative sentences, if the negative word can go before the verb, then you don't have to have the no. The word no is not necessary. So going back to our I never met anyone so bossy. Remember, literally, never I met no one so bossy. And we can put the negative word never in front of the verb. Conocí being your verb, nunca, the negative word, can go in front. So if that's the case, you don't have to have a no. Either sentence is correct, either way of wording it. So, nunca conocí nadie tan mandón, or no conocí nunca nadie tan mandón. It's your choice as the speaker or as the writer, which wording you prefer. Let's try some practice on your own. Nobody wants to go. Where are you going to put the word nobody? Think about where it is in relationship to the verb. Did you come up with nadie quiere ir? Quiere is the verb. Nadie, the negative word, can't go after the verb. It has to go before the verb. And since that's the case, you don't need a no because the negative word is before the verb. I never want to go with anyone. Here, you're literally saying, no, I want to go never with no one. Try this one with putting the word no before the verb. Did you come up with no quiero ir nunca con nadie? Quiero being the verb. Nunca is after the verb. So since nunca, the negative word, is after the verb, you have to have the no. Oh, chicos, what is your other option? What negative word can go before the verb? And if it can go before the verb, what's going to happen? Did you come up with nunca quiero ir con nadie? Quiero is the verb. If nunca can go before it, you don't need the no. Ambos, ambas. This can work as a noun or as an adjective. It works as both. So both girls, both want to go, both girls want to go. Both want to go would be the noun. Both girls want to go, there it's functioning as an adjective. So think of the word ambidextrous in English. You can write with both hands, you can use both hands. So that's where we get that same sound, that same Latin root is in both languages. El ejemplo, ambas de mis hermanas mayores son mandonas. Both of my older sisters are bossy. Both of my sisters, older, are bossy. Un apodo, a nickname. Un apodo. El apellido. Apellido, last name, or your surname. Mi apellido es Verslus. El apellido del director de la escuela es Gichelar. Los apellidos de las otras profesoras de español son Gichelar y Ávila. Un alma gemela. Un alma gemela, literally a soul twin, gemela being twin. Un alma gemela, chicos, is a unique word, alma is, that is, because it's a feminine word. So if you're thinking, why do we have un in front? But un and el will be used when saying a or the because of pronunciation reasons. If you listen, la alma, you can't tell where the la ends and the alma begins. So instead you're going to say el alma. Un alma. Once again, can't tell where it begins, where it ends. So un alma. In the plural forms, las almas, unas almas, not an issue because you've got an S separating those two A's. Also, adjectives describing alma will be in the feminine form because it is in fact a feminine word. Es todo. Adiós.